Hello, welcome back to God's Bible Study. Today I'm going to be covering a two-part series on loving others. And I'm going to begin with Deuteronomy chapter 10, verses 17 through 19. For the Lord your God is God of gods and Lord of lords, the great God Almighty and awesome, who shows no partiality nor takes a bribe. He administers justice for the fatherless and the widow, and loves the stranger, giving him food and clothing. Therefore love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. The whole earth belongs to God, who is mighty and awesome. He cares for people in vulnerable or unfamiliar situations, including foreigners. God may give us the opportunity to show kindness to someone who feels like a foreigner. We can provide helpful advice to a new coworker or give assistance to a recently relocated family. Proverbs chapter 9, verses 4, 6, 8 through 9, and 12. Whoever is simple, let him turn in here. As for him who lacks understanding, forsake foolishness and live, and go in the way of understanding. Do not correct a scoffer, lest he hate you. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be still wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. If you are wise, you are wise for yourself, and if you scoff, you will bear it alone. Remain teachable may be one of the most difficult things we can do. The Bible speaks of having a teachable heart that's open to God's wisdom. Those who listen to wisdom receive correction with grace. They add to their learning and become even wiser. Their obedience leads to a full life. Those who listen to folly hate being corrected or criticized. They insult anyone who tries to instruct them. Humility comes from fearing God, acknowledging that He's the Holy One and we are not. It's not easy to stay teachable, but it also brings freedom to admit we don't know it all and we still need help. Proverbs chapter 12, verses 25 through 26. Anxiety in the heart of man causes depression. The righteous should choose his friends carefully. It is vital to share the hope of Christ with those who are anxious. Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 through 10. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, one will lift up his companion. But woe to him who is alone when he falls, for he has no one to help him up. Two people are better than one, for they can help each other succeed. If either person falls down, one can help the other up. Together they can reach their goals. God's design for people is that we work together. The task God calls us to do are best done with others, for each using what skills and emotions God has given us to bring an outcome that points to Him. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 1 through 3. Walk worthy of the calling with which you were called, with all lowliness and gentleness, with long suffering, bearing with one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Jesus had compassion on people. He took the time to comfort, teach, and show love to those he encountered. As believers in Jesus, we're called to live a life worthy of the calling we have received. We must be humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love, and making every effort to live in peace and unity with each other. Lamentations chapter 3, verses 24 through 25 and 29. The Lord is my portion, says my soul, therefore I hope in Him. The Lord is good to those who wait for Him, to the soul who seeks Him. Let him put his mouth in the dust, there may yet be hope. Lamentations presents the cry of Jeremiah, who waited for God and the end of his discipline for the sins of his people. The Lord is good to those whose hope is in him. God's people can experience hope even when troubles overwhelm and relief seems impossible. They can cling to the reality that there may yet be hope. Thank you for joining me for part 1. I hope you come back and join me for part 2.